Okay, Smackdown. Smackdown. Yeah, this show was bad. What more do I really gotta say? This show was very bad. This show, Smackdown. This is, it's funny. I can really now say that Raw is better than Smackdown nowadays. Usually I get on here and I kind of shit on Raw a lot, but Raw's been somewhat decent in some little ways here and there. Not all the way, but somewhat decent. Smackdown, yeah, this is not going out well. In fact, this is going out very badly most of this show. I probably may have liked none, maybe? One? Two parts? I do not know, but I guess they have to build into Blood Money 5. Now, there's a couple things I thought was funny tonight on this show, but let's see what we get from this, huh? So, what were we, San Jose, California? Yeah, San Jose, California, right? And we basically kick off the show. They talked about how GoldBerg was going to be on the show tonight, and with Daniel Bryan after the whole strap match. But we kicked it off with John Morrison and The Miz coming out with the return of the Dirt Sheet, which I felt like nobody in this crowd really knew what the Dirt Sheet was. If you remember what the Dirt Sheet was, it was mostly a show on what the WWE website at the time, which I actually thought was pretty funny. I think the Dirt Sheet was what I didn't really know back then, but basically making fun of dirt sheets in a way on the internet. I think it was Meltzer or some shit like that. Like I said, I didn't know at the time. I wasn't that smart on everything, but they made fun of that. Howard Finkel, I think he directed, but there was some funny stuff they had on the Dirt Sheet. I think it lasted like nearly at least about 100 episodes, maybe. I don't remember all the way how many episodes it lasted, but the Dirt Sheet was pretty funny though, and Miz, John Morrison, he made something up. He said, what was it? I don't know. Like he was the shaman of sexy, and Miz was still the chick magnet. And he says, "You still call yourself the chick magnet?" And he said, "Well, I got a wife and 2 kids right now, so I guess that really works right here." Yes, Miz used to call himself the chick magnet back then, but since they were kind of talking about themselves, they had a video packaged in, which was their movie, the reunion, which had Miz's dad in it, which I thought was pretty funny. Hey, Miz, he says, you guys asked, who's your favorite star? I guess I was saying, like, he was talking about Kofi he could do flips, he could do dives, and he had a good fighting pose like this, and, then John Morrison beating up all these guys while he's wearing a tuxedo, saying he's, Miz, this movie looks like it was narrated or directed by John Morrison. I've seen a little of his movies and somewhat kind of cheesy, but for some reason they had Lance Storm. Was Lance Storm working for them or something now? Like I didn't even know that was Lance Storm until he said his name. He looked so different without the glasses. The last time I saw Lance Storm was, in a way, ironically, he was with John Morrison, in a way, or Johnny Mundo or Johnny Impact was him and Taya. I think it was during the Rebellion. Yeah, he was that special guest referee in the cage match last year about Rebellion for Impact and whatnot. And then they got John Laurinaitis talking to Morrison, talking about people power. Dude, I didn't even know if he still worked there. I thought they fired Johnny Ace or something like that. But I don't know, man. It was like this whole package, and Morrison's beating up these random dudes. It's Miz, like, I gotta be a bad guy again. And, dude, like the craziest movie trailer you could think coming to a theater near you. And basically, he says, "Don't worry, Miz. You're awesome. So this movie is coming soon. At Blood Money 5. I mean, Super Showdown. The new tag team champions. Wow, that's some movie trailer for Blood Money 5, man. Hopefully it's good enough when they win those belts. I don't know. But personally, I found it funny. I don't think this crowd reacted that much to the Dirt Sheet itself. But I did laugh at the video package, though, of whatever this movie was once upon a time on the Dirt Sheets or whatnot. But it looked like they had an epic movie trailer. Like, I'm the Miz and I'm... Line... You're awesome. You're awesome. Okay, you're awesome. Biggie and Kofi came out the New Day as they talked about the trailer and everything. As Biggie pulled the mic out of popcorn, we were impressed at Miz's dad because Kofi's his favorite wrestler, And Biggie says that trailer had a lot of comedy into it and whatnot. And, the rapper Nelly had a credit card, and he slid it down. He says, whoa, what are you talking about, man? I was watching BET Uncut. Start watching BET Uncut. He says, listen, if you do not know what Biggie is talking about, if he said Nelly and a credit card, if you have not seen the video Tip Drill by Nelly, then you don't know, and it was played on BET Uncut. But you can go probably find that video on YouTube. But if you do not know the song, I will give you one lyric. It must be your ass and it ain't your face. You need a tip drill. I need a tip drill. I will say this, if you go look up that video right now, there's a lot of ass in that video. A lot of ass in that video, the way it was played on BET Uncut. On a time when music videos, which you all can most likely all find on YouTube, and what you can most likely get away with. I think they put anything in music videos, and I haven't really watched music videos in a while now, but in that time, you could not really play that one on TV, because that is something a lot of people would get mad about, and I think people did get mad about it. That's why I was on BET Uncut, but I thought it was pretty funny when Biggie said that, though. So if you do not know what the video Tip Drill is, go look it up. It must be ass, because it ain't your face. You need a tip drill. So, a lot of ass in that video, man. A lot of great ass in that video. But, as we move on, though, pretty much as they talked about Miz and Morrison's movie and whatnot, you're not going to take the tag titles away from us. The New Day laughed, then Miz and Morrison laughed, like mocking each other's laugh. Usos came out, talking about the Uso penitentiary then. Next thing you know, Ziggler's music plays then. Pretty much Miz and Morrison attacked the New Day. Usos got in the ring and made the save as pretty much Ziggler and Rude took their time walking as the tag team match was about to begin. Listen, I've seen these matches with these two. I feel like I've seen a little bit too long now. But it ended up with the Usos winning. It's not much to say from that. Usos won. Double super kick on Rude. Splash. It was okay. Crowd liked it, but it's a match I've seen before already. Next, they showed Alexa Bliss pretty much... I guess talking about this whole fatal 4-way tonight for number one contender Bayley's title and whatnot. Bliss said, you just don't become the first woman to hold Smackdown and Raw champ without having something up your sleeve. And I guess she think Nikki Cross is going to get involved tonight, which that didn't happen. Next thing you know, they talked about the dog food thing. Pretty much after that, Corbin looked like he was in the production truck. And if you look close enough, and I may not be sure about this, it looks like Kevin Dunn, old bucktooth there from behind, as Jim Cornette would say. The Beaver was sitting right next to some guy. So it would have been funny if Corbin pulled the Beaver boy out there. But, he couldn't talk because of his teeth and whatnot. He's a beaver, as, Cornette puts it. But I'm sure you all know the jokes about Kevin Dunn. But he pulled this random production guy saying, do your job. You think I'm a joke, I'm the guy and whatnot, and smelling like dog food. But next thing you know, like Daivari and Sanjay Dutt and Adam Pearce pretty much say you're going too far and told him to go away. Elias came out singing a song and whatnot, and he was going to make one about Cesaro and whatnot and everything, but Sami Zayn pretty much came out with Cesaro, pretty much saying, yes, we're not going to be sorry to interrupt you and whatnot, but you want to get involved with us last week. Luckily, Cesaro was all okay after having almost fallen his leg. But Elias, just in case Sami Zayn's been paying attention the last 2.5 years, it's a miracle that, he doesn't get interrupted and everything. Sami pretty much talked about, Shinsuke being robbed from the Intercontinental title. And Zayn pretty much says Elias is going to pay. This match wasn't much to really talk about. Elias won. Elbow. Cesaro just feels like he's there half the time, so I don't know with him, whatever he's doing with this whole crew with Sami Zayn. But yes, he lost again. Well, I don't even. I don't even say sure again, but then again, he loses all. Yeah, both him, Cesaro, and Elias lose a lot. Now that I think about it, so I guess someone has to walk away as a win. I guess, and Elias does. Goldberg. Well, are we to Goldberg yet? They're about to get to Goldberg and interview him until Corbin came out then and interrupted them. Corbin pretty much told the fans that you all need to bow down to the king. That's why your 49ers lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. Fans booed big time because, of course, the Super Bowl. And then Corbin pretty much, when the Usos gonna realize they're carrying dead weight, and that Reigns isn't as tough he is, and that's why, he couldn't face them one-on-one at the Rumble. And then next, he's talking about Reigns telling him to come on, and then yelling at fans, which he poured the drink on him then, because he thought it was funny about the dog food. And then next, Roman's music hits. He hit a Superman punch on him. They pretty much fight through the crowd, which Corbin ran off, and Reigns called him a coward then. He says, you want to do this again? All right. Without anybody, steel cage match. So you thought it would have been over after the dog food last week, but by God, they want to keep putting this match no one wants to see, so now it's a steel cage match. Will it ever be the end? I have no idea. I was hoping to God it was going to be over after last week with dog food, but no. We have to do a cage match, and where will it be at? Blood Money 5. That's where his show is going to be at. Blood Money 5, a cage match that no one wants to see. I don't even know if the Saudi Arabia people want to see it too. But no one wants to see this match. Honestly, I was praying to God it was over last week, but they think this feud is getting somewhere. I hope to God it's over after this. But then again, I cannot really be sure. But yes, Reigns versus Corbin continues. God, why? Next thing you know, they go to GoldBerg then, which would be a satellite from his home. They asked him who was next. GoldBerg pretty much, he watched the Royal Rumble last week and gave him an itch. And he knows Brock Lesnar's tied up with Ricochet and Drew McIntyre right now. But he never got his rematch for the Universal title, which is true. Last time he won, he lost the title to Brock Lesnar back at WrestleMania. So he never did get his rematch for the Universal title. But then next, the Firefly Funhouse happens, but it had like a news thing going on. Bray Wyatt was a news anchor as he pretty much talked about, some bad news that GoldBerg is thinking about, the Universal title against him. What is he going to do? Now we go to the Weather with Mercy, the Buzzard, which he said will be a cold day in hell before he loses the Universal Championship. Wyatt pretty much talked about GoldBerg. We're standing by GoldBerg right now, but GoldBerg pretty much says, listen, I'm not falling for your little tricks. I'm not intimidated. It's not going to work. That may work with everybody else, but it ain't working for me. Okay? Wyatt pretty much, says, all right, take it from me then. And GoldBerg, take my advice and everything, but GoldBerg says, listen, the only thing I'm going to be taking is that Universal Championship. He says that The Fiend is next. Okay? GoldBerg pretty much got up and left. Wyatt said that wasn't very nice. And he said, let me in. And he says, goodbye, Bill. Bill. So, he was gone after that. That was actually a good segment. Now, GoldBerg versus The Fiend. Obviously, GoldBerg is going to lose, and it will be add to the wall of friendship to the wall. I would go, it'd be funny, and I know it's not going to happen, but I would say it'd be hilarious if GoldBerg had beat Bray Wyatt at the Blood Money show, which I'm sure GoldBerg's getting a big payday out of this, of course, so that's why he's even here on this show, because he's going to be facing him. Now, I know a lot of people thought he was going to be facing Roman Reigns in the Battle of the Spears or whatnot, but we're getting GoldBerg and Bray Wyatt, so we need something until we get back in the WrestleMania mode to build to that, but we must build to Blood Money 5, okay? So, it's official. It is going to be GoldBerg versus The Fiend. I hope it's not a red light during that match, but I'll be making sure to make fun of it, okay? But, yeah, GoldBerg, it's funny, or whatnot, I'm saying whatnot a lot, but yeah, that shit's gonna be fucking stupid though, but yeah, it wasn't a bad segment though, I will say that, though. I did laugh at the news Wyatt thing. At least GoldBerg made a point, and it was kind of accurate, but it'll be hilarious if he does win. Heath Slater was talking to Daniel Bryan as he was sitting down looking pissed. Heath Slater was worried about him, and he said, GoldBerg doesn't know what he's getting into. He says, why would you do that strap match? That was just stupid. But then Bryan says, okay, I have an idea. How about I meet you in the ring tonight? Heath Slater, who gets some mic time tonight and TV, like he was going to tat it up, but, finally get some TV time too, surprisingly. This match wasn't much. Bryan basically killed Slater. Suicide dive to the outside on the table, missile drop kick, kicking his head several times, stepping on him, and then he hit a bell lock for the win. So Daniel Bryan pretty much led with yes chance right after. I don't know where Daniel Bryan goes after this because obviously it looks like he's done with Wyatt, so it's nothing much going to happen from there. We then went to Braun Strowman coming out as he is the new Intercontinental Champion. Pretty much, as he talked to Renee Young, pretty much says this title is his greatest achievement. And he said, he's done a lot of things in the WWE, like win the greatest Royal Rumble, pandering, and flip ambulances and stuff. You'd think Brock would have been, going against him, but he never won a Universal title. But, yeah, pretty much doing all of that. And, until now, I can finally hold a title over my head. Nakamura came out then back with Sami Zayn again, saying they want a rematch. I thought no one doesn't get rematch clauses anymore. Strowman pretty much, says he'll defend his title anytime, any place, including here. Zayn pretty much says that he and Nakamura, we think before we act. So he must come very surgical and tactical. Next thing you know, the Revival come out and attack Strowman. I heard he still went out of WWE. We'll see what happens. Nakamura and Sami got in the ring then. They pretty much started to jump Strowman, but Strowman was able to fight off Nakamura in the Revival. He chased after Sami then as he pretty much ran over the Revival in the process of it. He tried to get Sami, but Nakamura ended up hitting him with a Kinshasa then, knocking him to the ground. So I guess we will see a rematch. I don't know if we even need to see another match after the first one I saw, but hey, maybe it'll be a Blood Money 5 for all I know. Otis was preparing for his big Valentine's Day date next week with Mandy Rose. Valentine's Day is Friday. Hey, birthday's on Thursday for me. And whatnot. So hopefully that's a good day for me. That's my day important. I'm saying that for me. But yes, as he prepared for his Valentine's Day date, pretty much they were Tucker was gonna get Otis into shape as they started doing all these workout videos and sit-ups and eating some pizza. And then, they put on all this attire, even with a jacket, but we got to rip off the sleeves. They sat down for a steak dinner meal, but pretty much you can't beat the steak with your hands. Otis stood up, knocking the table over as Tucker cheered him up. I actually laughed at that. So the Otis thing wasn't that bad. I thought it was pretty funny. Sheamus versus Apollo Crews. Holy shit, when's the last guy you seen this guy on TV? He jobbed the Sheamus, bro kick, it was over, okay? Jesus, when was the last time he was on TV? And then what do? We have to continue with the freaking feud with old Shorty G, Gable out there. Why? I have zero clue why is this even still happening. I thought it was all after last week. You already lost to Sheamus 2 times. What's the point? Apollo Crews, Jesus Christ, I didn't know he still worked in the company. Then we get to the Fatal 4-Way. Bayley was at ringside. Bayley is from San Jose, California, so she got large Bayley chants as she stood over the title when Naomi did a corkscrew plunge to the outside on everybody. Bayley got knocked down, but, Bayley and Naomi started brawling. Bayley threw into the steps. They went in the commercial. Basically, it was mostly, not Naomi and Bliss doing most of this match and a little bit Dana Brooke. But for some reason, and this is where the bullshit comes in, let's see. Naomi dodges the Twisted Bliss. She does the rear view, but Carmella wins with 2 super kicks and pins Naomi after she just came back last week at the motherfucking Rumble. And then, what is most supposed to be the one to face Bayley, but we go with Carmella, and Carmella did like 3 moves throughout this entire match. She barely did anything, and this is just dumb, honestly. Okay, so the person that people want to see go for the title, now this is like a lesser 3 evils type of thing. The logical choice was to pick Naomi to win, of course, because since she just came back, and and everything. Bliss, I don't swear to God, I don't want to see Bliss versus Bayley again. Dana Brooke, are you kidding? Carmella. What the fuck? And what gets me about you pin Naomi. You don't pin nobody else, but you pin Naomi, though. Now, here's the thing that is a good and a bad out of this. On the bad part of this, Naomi is pinned. That's the bullshit part. Now, I don't know what the next pay-per-view is to WWE in general other than Blood Money 5. Obviously, the women will not be fighting on that show for the title. But if Elimination Chamber is next, I'm assuming it's going to be Carmella versus Bayley there. Now, there could be a positive for Naomi out of this. Number one, we already got to the bad part. She was pinned. Now, if you can get a Naomi versus Bayley match at WrestleMania, I'll be fine with that. If, Naomi goes over Bayley and Mania, because I know everybody keeps saying Sasha and whatnot, but Sasha's hurt again or something, so I'm not really sure on that part, if she'll be back in that. But that's just dumb as hell that who just got back, is she the one that get pinned? What kind of shit is that? I don't know, man. This is Smackdown for you, man. I don't even know who's booking this show booking this show at this point. I'm sorry for messing my words up right there. But yeah, who's even booking this? Vince, creative, blah, blah, blah. I have no clue anymore, okay? But that was dumb. The Fatal 4-Way was whatever, but I just kind of expect to be, all right, Naomi, Bayley, I'm fine with that. But no, let's throw Carmella out there. Obviously, Bayley's going over. Come on, who really sees Carmella winning the title anyway to begin with? So, listen, if Naomi can get a shot at Mania for the title, I will have no problem with that. As for SmackDown itself, it's just not really good, okay? Like I said at the beginning, Raw is more decent than Raw is actually better than SmackDown right now. So, SmackDown is not bad. Bruce Pritchard, you're doing a horrible job if you're still working behind the scenes. But I don't want to see, Corbin and Roman there again. Sheamus kills whoever, whatever. Strowman versus Nakamura and then why. Elias versus Cesaro, whatever. I actually did enjoy the Morrison and Miz video, little movie trailer they had. I actually thought that was good. Usos versus, Rude and Ziggler. Not bad. Seen it before already. But other than that, I like the GoldBerg and Bray Wyatt little face-off thing. I know a lot of people don't care about this match in Saudi Arabia, but I thought it was funny with the news report with Bray Wyatt, and at least Goldberg's promo made a little sense to why he wanted another shot at the Universal title, because he never did get his rematch for the Universal Championship. So that was damn near 2-3 years ago, but he is telling the truth, though. He never got his title shot back. Other than that, SmackDown was just not good, okay? It really wasn't. And it's funny, I forgot about this, too. I saw they only promote a little of this, but is it the XFL supposed to be coming back tomorrow or some shit? Am I really going to be watching the show? No. I'll say this. I'll check it out to see what happens. Do I think the XFL will fail like it did damn near, 19, 20 years ago or whatnot? Maybe if they learn their lesson this time, maybe they learn not to mix wrestling with football too much like they did in the past. So I don't know. But allegedly, well, it is true. The first game will be tomorrow. I think about 1 o'clock. So I don't know. Will I watch it? Maybe. Maybe I'll watch one game. But after that, I probably won't. Because I still think it was funny the other day after the Super Bowl when I finished watching it. And then they get on, the XFL gets on Twitter and says, now it's our turn. Dude, I swear I've seen no promotion for this whole football league. I have seen, unless you're watching SportsCenter or ESPN or any Fox Sports News, maybe you've seen hype for it. But even I'm kind of wondering, you think WWE would have hyped up their own thing, but according to Vince, they were really trying to keep the XFL and wrestling very separate from each other. XFL and WWE are two different things, but I don't know what to expect from that, but we'll see if we have any jerseys that say "He hate me" or commentary teams and coaches fight each other. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a video package here too. But I think they learned their lesson from damn near 19, 20 years ago. But other than that, I am done with this bad episode of SmackDown. Okay, I will try to be back maybe tomorrow too with a review for the New Beginning in Osaka for NJPW or whatnot. But Other than that, I still gotta watch that episode of Power, Final One coming up on Sunday, so I'm looking forward to that show too. But other than that, I am done with this review of SmackDown. Comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about the show. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. I will see you guys later. I'm out. Peace.